Steve's Garage Doors and Services.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mix concrete, Husker concrete, and Beatrice concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit NebcoInc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
There's a new way to vacay when you fly LNK. Check out brand new service at the Lincoln Airport to some of America's favorite travel destinations. Catch convenient nonstop flights to Vegas, Atlanta, Minneapolis, Orlando, Austin, Dallas, or Nashville when you fly via Redway. With so many affordable options to choose from, planning your vacation has never been easier. Visit GoFlyRed.com and book today. Flights are public charters offered by Global X Air Tours LLC and operated by Global Crossing Airlines Incorporated.
Tailored Life is now open in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, for both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, shrubs, vines, perennials, and colorful annuals. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to it. Happy Friday. You made it. You made it. Congratulate yourself. Applause. Claps all around for making it through to the weekend. It's raining, but that's okay. We'll accept that. We'll accept that for the week. I'm DP. He is the coach, Kenny Wilhite. And he is Austin Orman. Welcome to Old School on a Friday. I want to thank the folks from Mercado. Certified Piedmontese, the best. If you go, take a moment, get online, check out Casa Bovina. Their upstairs restaurant, fine dining. It is exceptional. Or just go see our friends at the Mercado. Go in the convenience store and get those ready-made items for you, or get your fresh cuts, whatever way you want them. 402-464-5685 is the Sartor Heyman text line. You can follow us on the live stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter Live, and Allo Channel 951. How's your Friday, people? How's your Friday? Kenny, what's happening?
What's up, brother? Good. It's wet. It's raining. It's cold.
When'd you get back?
Late last night.
How walk us through it, right? Were you able to put down the coach vibe and just simply be a dad?
I was a fan.
Yeah.
That's that's the only way I wanted to experience it.
Right.
Just being a fan.
Right.
And watching people watching. And just seeing
good and bad.
Yes.
Good and bad.
Good and bad. Fun. It was fun. Good experience. Long lines.
Yeah.
Lots of people.
A lot of money
a lot of money.
Exchanged hands.
Yeah. They made a lot of money.
It is always a mention outside of the college spectrum. NFL fanatics are the same as college fanatics, only more grown up and sometimes more alcohol.
A lot more alcohol. But the fanatics is way more than college, because the way they dress up. You don't have people dress up like they do in NFL like they do. They don't do that in college as much.
Yeah, I was trying to when you watch each fan base.
Although, not to cut you off, I did see the Ohio State guy.
He was there.
He was there with the belt, the whole nine, all white, the Ohio State belt. Oh, he was all decked out now.
And dress up people find each other, don't they?
They were seeking each other out to take pictures.
Like it is the thing,
They
right?
were seeking each other out to take pictures. Now there was some bad words exchanged between a couple of fans and their teams, and I think it was all in fun, but then some people took offense to it. But no blows was thrown from what I saw. But they were serious about that draft now.
Yeah. What's the line for you? Like,
when
having been to several of these drafts, I know it's in the word fan. I get it, but these are fanatics at a different level. What do you say to the dude behind you who's yelling at the 30-year NFL executive, yelling what that guy should do when you're Tim the barista, and you're yelling loud enough because you need for that exec to hear you 7 states away?
And I'm saying to myself, did you even play the sport? Probably not, but you do your job, let them do their job, and you just be a fan. If you don't agree with the way they do it, there's a right way to express it. But don't. I mean, even when Goodell was up there, there were some words being said, and I understand your frustration with him.
Why was Kansas City booing?
Exactly.
You just won.
Exactly.
Like you just won. You just won a second Super Bowl in years, and you're hosting the commissioner. That dude should get a standing ovation if you're a Chiefs fan.
Now, when Mahomes and Will Shields and Dante Hall and your boy Kelsey came out,
yeah,
they went nuts. They went nuts. But yeah, they were. And so a lot of fans were saying, you can hear them talking, we hate every pick. We hate every pick. You hear them saying that. We hate every pick. Which, I mean, if that's your team, you're vested, but you're not the owner, you have no say-so.
Like the dude who's yelling
yes,
right before the pick to the dude who's been studying. It's his job and his profession. Like, and his continued pay in the business depends on this thing working.
Yes.
So you don't, as a fan, have it more vested than the guy who's just spent every waking moment away from his family, away from his kids to make this decision.
3 weeks, and they've been preparing for this for 3 weeks. And you have your little Limeritas or your Bud Light, and you think you can make it better by standing there saying what you want to say.
Well, you won your fantasy pool 2 years ago. So
I ain't even done that, and I'm still talking. So
oh, you should have seen this one yesterday.
Oh, what'd you do?
You should have seen this one yesterday.
I was a mess.
Were you? Because of the Colts?
I was a mess.
Because
capital M, capital E, capital double S, mess.
Like he was doing a show with Amon, he peeking, right? He peeking it, like, because it's like, listen, if this goes wrong, I'm out. Like, I'm literally.
I'm not gonna be here today. I promised if the Colts took Levis, I wasn't showing up today.
Speaking of Levis, I feel so sorry for you.
That's a part of what I want to get to over the course of this hour and a half. Now, if you're in the brick and mortar and you're old school and you're listening in the car, we're going to jump to the Royals at about 4:22-23, but you'll still be able to have us on the stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo, channel 951, or the app itself. So you've got 100 ways to catch us and stay with us. Please do. We're going to talk about the NBA playoffs. We're going to talk about the players that were taken last night and the players who were not, and the players who were available, the Husker players who are in play the rest of the weekend in the draft. And then, the news of the transfer portal and Casey Thompson. So lots to cover over the course of this thing. Kenny, let's dive into the pool that is. You and I have privately whispered about Casey Thompson for months. Months. There is no victor. There's nobody happy about Casey having to leave Nebraska. You didn't want that for him. I didn't want that for him. Maybe he didn't even want that for him. But it's what happens in a transition. Mm-hmm. I said last year, when they start talking about the change in coaching staff, I said, you're going to lose players that you don't have to lose in your program if you make changes. And if you make changes, the most important part of the change is the immediate turnaround. because you were in such a bad state that good people lost their jobs and were replaced by other people who didn't have the vested interest in the program. And then Garrett Nelson, who could have returned. There were players who could have returned, who were good for the program, who didn't return. And then the quarterback who changed the way the team played. This was a better team with Casey Thompson leading it. Now, he's gone. First of all, let me ask you, Kenny, from up close and personal, who is Casey Thompson?
He's a student of the game. He loves the preparation part. He can be over the top sometimes, but he wants to be in the know. I think it's a good and bad thing, but his preparation is second to none. His film study, his knowledge of the game. He wants to know every bits ins and out of the game, of the offense. So that's a good thing for him. I hate to see the young man go, but it's like you said, it's a business. With him not being able to go through spring ball, he's behind. And maybe in his mind he's not behind, but he's behind because he hasn't took a snap in the system that they want to run. So that puts him behind, whether he wants it to be or not. But I'm sure Casey he'll land on his feet somewhere. That's good for him. That'll get the best out of his talents.
Casey's a starter. He's a Power 5 starter.
Mm-hmm. He's a proven starter.
Right? Like, we're not talking about, crossing our fingers and closing our eyes and making a wish. This is a young man that had DMs in full long before today.
Mm-hmm.
In your heart of hearts, what would be a good fit for Casey Thompson?
What would be a good fit in my heart of heart?
Uh-huh.
Somewhere he feels comfortable as a player, as a person, somewhere that can utilize his talent to the best of his ability. And I think going forward, he will figure that out. He and his dad will figure that out. Spoke to his dad today and just told him, hey, anything I can do for you, let me know. But I'm sure his dad's been on top of it since Casey met with whoever he met with and this decision was made. So I just told him, hey, just, reach out if you need me. If you need me for anything, I'm here for you. Because I was one of the reasons why Casey decided, myself and Mickey were the reasons why Casey decided to come to Nebraska because of our previous relationship with his dad. So, and so I'm fully vested in that. So that's why he called me this morning when everything broke, and I thought people were pulling a prank on me when I saw the news. But like you said, that room was stockpiled, and it was only a matter of time that I was hoping he'd be the one that withstood it. But unfortunately, he didn't. So I'm pulling for him. I just think the best play for Casey is for Casey to decide where he can go, fit as a person, as a football player, and then he can get coached to the best of his ability.
I think this leads to another question. This happened the week after spring game.
Mm-hmm.
As a recruit professional and transfer professional, what would you say to parents and families and young people who are considering going to the transfer portal? Is it keen for them to know their standing before spring game to get in the portal before everybody else gets in the portal? Is it keen for them to be patient and let the people for the pool to get full and then to walk up later and make your splash? What would you recommend? What would you say to parents if their kid is thinking about getting in the transfer portal?
First and foremost, I would say make sure you do your homework. A lot of guys go in the portal, they don't have film. You know what I mean? You're going into the portal.
That's the Colorado conversation right now.
Well, we're not going to even touch on Colorado. I'm so tired of hearing about Colorado.
That's-
You got to clean your own house up before you can worry about somebody else's house, right? So our house is mess. We knew it going. We knew it going into it.
Unless it's the same dirt.
We knew going to it when you signed 39 people, there was going to be some attrition.
Yeah,
There has to be some attrition. So we jumped on when that news broke that all those kids decided to go in the portal. At Colorado, everybody here was worried about that. When we knew, our house is a mess.
Well, do you know? I mean, but coaches know when they communicate with athletes that one, you've already seen film on the athlete if you're having this transfer conversation. And then if you're a student athlete and you're getting in the portal and you haven't accumulated your film, you're not prepared to get in the transfer portal.
Only thing they can do is go back to your high school film and project.
Isn't there a way? Well, I know that there's a way from software just to get your stuff from various assistants, GAs, etc., before you get into the portal. Wouldn't that be Classroom 101? That before if you're considering getting in the portal, that you have a resume to take with you.
And that's what I said. You got to make sure whether it's practice film or game film, you got to make sure you have access to it. Now, they watch practice on daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
Do they make highlight videos or do they cut it up? I don't think so.
Really?
Meaning the player.
Well, no,
the player himself.
Within the group. So let's say you're the DB coach.
Mm-hmm.
Practice in regular season is filmed.
Yes.
And it's broken down. It's coded.
Mm-hmm.
It's clipped for the player, for the group, for individual, for group and team. Any player that's doing their diligence and their right work is tracking that information.
Let's not say if you're thinking about going into the portal, you are.
Even if you're not thinking about being
you ain't worried about your film right then. You're watching your film and you're studying your film. You're studying your film against the person that you're battling for a job against. Or if I'm guarding Austin, I'm gonna be studying my film on Austin. How I need to stop Austin the next time he's going to get up and line up in front of me.
You don't need to study that much. You got me.
We got about 3 minutes. Let me say this. We know that in today's technology,
yes,
that every college student, every single one, can screen grab and re-record every video thing to 13 different devices at the same time.
A lot of them use their cell phones to record while they're watching.
Right. So how is it possible that a college athlete at a Division I Power 5 program doesn't have content that they can share with coaches? And then as a coach, why are you considering why are you answering a DM from a dude that you can't see?
Well, you're going to answer because you don't know if you can see it or not.
Okay.
You don't know. You don't know. The kid may say, hey, this is so-and-so from so-and-so, just to break the ice. He may not say, I don't have film like the kid from Colorado put out there. Mm-hmm. I don't have access to my film. But again, when I was there, a lot of guys had access to a lot of film, and supposedly the film got out to certain opponents. They had our, stuff that they thought was an advantage to them beating us.
That's perfect.
But kids would use their phones to video and then they would post it. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm guarding Austin in one-on-one and he beats me on a post or a deep ball, he mosses me. He records that on his phone, but then he'll post it on Instagram or Snap or something like that.
And then you call him and tell him, get in my office immediately.
And we would say, take that down.
Take it down.
And it could be an offensive play.
Well, that part, Kenny, it's the unmissed part. That players sharing Nebraska's practice film is exposing the playbook to rivals and opponents. So any player that's going in the transfer portal and the parents of said player have to know that going in the door. You're doing a different level of business. So I think a lot of it's missed. We'll throw it to break here so we'll make the transition so that the brick and mortar ticket can switch over to the Royals, and then we can come back and we'll pick right up right here on Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A lot of businesses say that they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business feels anything but for your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, as they do with customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. In baseball, on Tuesday, April 25th, Lincoln Southeast would fall to Columbus 3-1. Lincoln High beat Omaha South 5-2. Austin Jurgens would lead the Lynx, racking up 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Lincoln Northeast won over Fremont 7-6. Fremont would score 5 runs in the top of the 7th, but it still wasn't enough to get the win over Northeast. And Lincoln Pius 10th won over Waverly 8-5. Switching to girls soccer for Tuesday's games, Lincoln North Star was shut out by Columbus, losing 3-0. Lincoln East dominated over Kearney, winning 4-0, and Schuyler won over Lincoln Northwest 3-1. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at southeast.edu with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
There's never been a better time to earn more on your checking account. Open a free Kasasa Cash checking account with Liberty First Credit Union and earn up to 5.5% APY for up to $40,000. It's simple. Open your Kasasa Cash checking account online or stop into any of the 4 Lincoln locations or Seward and Omaha branches. Liberty First makes switching easy, and Kasasa checking is always free. See libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No tagline, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com. Shopping for insurance can be a frustrating and tedious task. Brokers Insurance Agency in Lincoln has a full staff of licensed professional agents who will do the work all for you. Brokers utilizes over 20 insurance companies to save their clients money. Brokers Insurance Agency will always do what is in the client's best interest and will find the best program to fit your needs. Call Brokers Insurance Agency today at 402-420-5353 to get a quote today, or find us online at brokersinsurancene.com.
This is Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and in the NFL, I wore protective gear to safeguard my health. Today, I'm not only protecting my health, but everyone in our community by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Update your protection with the bivalent COVID vaccine while it's still free. Find out more at healthylincoln.org. That's healthylincoln.org.
For 75 years, Cedars has been a refuge for children in need, providing kids with safety, stability, and enduring family relationships. Learn more about the organization and how to be part of it every Thursday night from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Cedars Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's the coaches. Coach Orman, Coach Wilhite, and some other dudes just hanging out on a rainy Friday in Lincoln. I want to thank the folks from Lincoln Public Schools and our buddy Peter Ferguson, who you hear Sundays here at 8 a.m. with Bigger Than the Score. I was asked to speak last night to the African American Scholars Honor Award. It was a great room, some great young people, all scholars in the room, great educators, a room full of, I want to say 30 or so educators who took extra time at the end of their night to be there for these scholars and just to applaud them. It was really cool to see, and I constantly say this. Every day I find out more good things about LPS and the people who are in it, and that's good to know. It's good to know that the future is bright because there's some strong people working to do their thing. Kenny, we're talking about we're talking about the transfer portal and the film study thing that was in play, because that was a thing, right? If you're going to jump into this thing, Casey will land somewhere.
Yes.
Somewhere good.
Yes.
The beauty of the media network that I'm a part of is that they have media people all over the country, and I can tell you there were 12 schools whose hosts seemed to feel like Casey had an open invitation to their schools, and none of them were weak sisters, none of them were poor, none of them were without talent around. Casey would do well. This program would have been better with Casey in it. But now it is fully, and correct me if I'm wrong, both of you, fully in the hands and at the capable feet of Jeff Sims. Is that a statement of truth or no?
Right now, yes, I would say Jeff with Harburg number 2, and who else behind him?
Purdy's 3. He's who left. The question is, does that change? Does that room change again soon?
I can't imagine it changing soon.
3 quarterbacks under scholarship.
That's a good number to have.
Jack Welch, who again won a national title at IMG, as the quarterback on the field for that IMG team. So he didn't just win it down on the sideline. This is a dude that actually ran the team on the day they won the national championship. Worst case scenario. So 4 quality quarterbacks in play. That's a good place for you to go to summer. Do you need to go? And you say that would be good enough to start your summer camp?
Yes.
Okay. 6 running backs under scholarship. Is there a magic number in each room that teams work from to get to their 85?
I think 6 is a good number.
Okay.
Because with running back, you're injury away. So you got to have 6 capable.
Nebraska went through 4 in a hurry last year.
So, yeah. So
they went through 4 in a hurry. Receivers. What's the magic number in your mind?
Usually teams like to carry 10 to 12 on scholarship. You're only going to probably travel with 8.
Right. And how much of that is special teams?
The bottom 3 are special teams.
And they have to be.
They have to be special teams.
Okay. Tight end.
Travel 4. The 5th one probably an emergency guy for special teams for sure, but 4. It all depends on what system you're running.
So they're currently at 5. They're currently at 6.
6 scholarship.
6 scholarship. But Bonner's a fullback.
You can't count him.
Can't
He's an
count
H.
him.
He's an H. So I'm guessing they're going to get that other one from a deserving one, which he'll be put on scholarship, and that's Borkature.
Well, they're still +5, so they got to get rid of 5 before they do anything else.
Still +5 at scholarship?
Yeah, they're still +5. They're at
scholarship?
90. They're at 90.
Gotcha.
They got to get to 85. So even before you add any more talent or give anybody, you would assume that Borkature's in space to get one because they're counting on him, which means some other moves. I mean, Androff, Applegate, Fedoni, and Gilbert are the other ones in play. And then you've got a freshman, Ismail Smith-Flores, that I don't think you do anything with. That was why you brought him in.
Yep.
So offensive line, 14 is the number current. What is in play?
14 scholarship guys?
Uh-huh.
That's a good number. I would say 12 at the least, 14 at the most.
Yeah, they've got 5 true freshmen of the 14. So 9 above that.
Good number.
Okay. 13 defensive linemen.
All on Scully?
13 all on Scully.
How many of those are freshmen?
5.
So 5 and 8.
So you've got 8. Brody Tagaloa.
He switched positions.
Okay. Buckley, Gunnarsson, Judy, Wallen, Rollins, Hutmacher, Robinson.
Good number.
Okay.
Good number.
13 at linebacker, 3 true freshmen.
So you got 10 linebackers. Ooh, that's a because you're playing because you're only playing 2. Unless you're counting the outside ones as linebackers too.
Reimer, Heinrich, Snodgrass, Sherman, Williams, Borders, Butler, Gabayer, Kapai, Malcolm.
Jamari Butler. So
Jamari
you
Butler.
count the outside guys in that number 2.
Yeah, I'm just listing them as they have them listed.
Yeah. How many did you say?
10 non-freshmen.
You said 13 total?
13 total. Mm-hmm.
You can't add any there.
You can't add any. Matter of fact, you're probably gonna have to cut one then.
Maybe.
Some folks not sleeping well tonight.
Yeah.
Cornerback. 10.
10 scholarship corners?
10 scholarship corners, 4 freshmen. Brown, Newsom, Morton, Hill, Hartzog, Lynham.
How many you say freshmen? 4?
4.
You got 10.
And the 4 got people talking. Like the 4 got people talking.
You may have to make a move there.
You're good because after Noah Pola Gates goes into the portal today, you still have 10 safeties.
I would say you need 8 and 8.
Look, you have 1 freshman
at safety.
So you got 9. Jalil Martin, Gabe Stanger, Bretts, Collier, Farmer, Buford, Singleton, Gifford, and Wright. Yeah, there's another room that, cats, tails, rocking chairs, man. somebody in the room has to be uncomfortable today, right? Remember, you have to get 5 out of all of these.
Yeah.
This is not a fun weekend.
No, it's not.
And that's just to get even. And then to reduce the number 1 per edition. So for whatever you need, do you think you need another quarterback? Before you do that, you got to get that. You got to get to 84.
Mm-hmm.
I think the other important part to mention too is it doesn't necessarily have to happen by this weekend, but if the kids aren't in by this weekend, they're not playing next year. So it's on them if they want to play next year to get in by Sunday?
Yes.
I think it is. Yeah.
And folks are going to be asking because other folks have their lists.
Yes.
And folks are being recruited, even players that we mentioned that they want to keep, people are reaching out to. Like, let's be clear. Everybody we just mentioned is still open, right? Recruiting never ends.
Nope. You hate to say it, but you, like you just said, schools are reaching out via, personal trainers,
DM,
uncles,
dad, uncle, AAU coach.
AAU coaches.
Are schools smart enough for the most part to not leave a trail electronically?
No.
Are they getting better about it at least? Because I feel like going straight to the athlete is a good way to get caught real quick.
Well, we already discussed burner phones. We already discussed 7-on-7 coaches.
Like going to the event and just being seen.
Not even going to the event. You can't go to a 7-on-7 event anyway as an assistant coach, unless it's on the campus of the high school.
Right.
So the high school has to host it.
Yeah.
During recruiting time.
And then you have to report that you were at the high
You have
school.
to report that. So to answer your question, if you're a 7-on-7 coach, they'll contact you, and then you do all the work. But
uncle,
no, you can't do that. That's too close. That's too close.
Yeah, the DM is real though.
Yeah, but uncles, no, you can't do that. That's a relative. You 7-on-7 coach, youth coach.
Well, Austin,
security guard you made friends with.
Yeah, Austin is not your son's uncle, but Austin is close enough in proximity for.
There you go. But I mean, you hope schools abide by the rules, but you know they don't. I mean, you have players come in and say, "Hey, this school just contacted me talking about this, and I'm like, yo, go take that to whoever you need to take it to, but do not respond."
Don't even respond and say nah.
Don't even
say no.
Don't even respond.
Really?
Because it's double tracking.
Yeah,
it's double tracking.
Because even if you respond, I'm not interested. Just stay away from it. Delete it. Show who you need to show it to in compliance.
What should I do as a former coach? I'm not even a coach anymore. I'm a former coach. One of my players gets a phone call, and because the college coach knows that I'm their coach, reaches out. Yo, DP, your boy.
I know where you're going with that. And again, if you're no longer coaching at a high school,
I'm not.
Right?
I'm not.
And Austin's a player at Duke. Right? He reaches out.
Carolina.
And one of your buddies is at Carolina, reaches out to you about Austin.
Allegedly.
You reach out to Austin, that's illegal. But in good,
y'all see my scouting reports. I'm not going to Duke or Carolina.
But it happens. It does happen.
This is why, through so much of the information that gets passed along, I get concerned that Nebraska is not doing the highest level of business. Because, one, we now know, or we should know, that Nebraska has access and resource to the best talent in the country. It has for the last several decades. There is no excuse now for Nebraska to miss in identifying talent, recruiting talent, or developing talent. It has the resources, has the coaches. Had the coaches. Can't speak to the current group because don't know, hadn't seen a result yet. Can't give them credit for something they haven't done. I'm a grown-up. But at what point do Nebraska fans set a standard that has to be met? Like, what is it? Another year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7-year contract, 8-year contract?
I'm gonna speak on from a fan's perspective, an alumni's perspective, a former employee's perspective. We want to win, and I say we is because I wore that.
Yep.
That in.
Yep.
Speaking to a lot of former players, we want to win. We don't want to hear anything other than Nebraska won. And whatever it takes for Nebraska to win, Nebraska needs to do it. So we don't want to hear about 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, whatever. We want to win. Now, the reality is it may take 1, 2, or 3 years, but we don't want to hear excuses. We want a product on the field that we can be proud of. And when that scoreboard strikes 0, we want to see a W behind it and not L. We're tired of seeing L's. And that's Nebraska fans across the country, this state. We just want a winning program.
I heard this from a Nebraska fan in D.C. There is no L in Nebraska or Cornhusker. Get it right. I just, at some point, I hope all things meet at winning. I don't care what your focus and priority is as a business. None of my business, not my concern. But I hope that whatever you're doing that makes the numbers look right at the bottom of the ledger, that they show up in the win-loss column.
That's all we care about. We want a winning team that we can cheer on and be proud of and support. I mean, I'm in Kansas City and I see Nebraska sweatshirts, and I'm saying go Big Red, throwing the bones. I mean, there's still some proud Husker fans out there. I'm one of them. You know what I mean? And as an alum, I'm going to always be proud of it, win or lose, but we want to win.
Take my money if you win. Just win and take my money. I'll give you all the money if you win.
We want, and I'm going to support the kids in that locker room, the kids that have worn that jersey and sweat, blood, tears, and then things don't work out and they go elsewhere. I'm going to support them, if you know what I mean. Right?
Yeah.
What's the most exciting thing about the draft yesterday?
Today?
Yesterday.
No, today.
No, yesterday. The draft yesterday.
Yeah.
Besides the outfits.
Yeah.
I'm standing there and I see this Philadelphia jersey with Jergens on the back of it. And I said, my man. So
nice.
I took a picture of it.
Nice.
Texted to him and he said, the draft. And I go, yeah. He said, nice.
See?
But yeah, I was like, this dude's wearing a Cam Jergens jersey.
Get it.
At the NFL draft in Kansas City.
You know my favorite thing about draft? Not the clothes is usually it, right? And by the way, the receiver from that Baltimore took won the wardrobe. Dude had the black.
Them outfits was over the top.
Oh, I was all in.
They were over
if
the
I could
top.
wear that one, I'd have wore it to work today.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd have wore it to work today.
Come on. Bro.
But my favorite thing, Kenny, is when the college players' current significant other tries to claim her place on draft night.
The one that took the case was CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, his phone rang.
He snatched that phone so fast. CeeDee Lamb. But if you're referring to last night, talking about red dress, yeah, she had to stake her. She had to let people know that, yeah.
I'm the one.
I'm the one. Who's saying that song? I can't, but yeah, she had to make sure.
It's the best, because then
you can make sure.
Because then every now and then, Black mom be over there like, nah, baby, this is my night.
Oh, the big old lineman.
Oh,
I can't think. His mom, she was like elbowing his girl, like, you got to get out of the way. Yeah.
This ain't about you, sis.
Yeah. This is not about you. This is about me and him. I birthed him.
I got him here.
Birthed him.
You just got here.
Yeah.
And you might not be here for long if you don't stay in your lane. We'll talk to break. We'll talk about the Huskers in the draft. What Kenny expects for this group of Huskers. We'll come right back.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Problem gambling affects more than the gambler. It affects spouses, children, extended family members, and friends. If you are a loved one who's struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 476-2300.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's effort. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planting season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
As is usual, some of the conversations that we have during break is not meant for everybody. And that was the case.
Yeah.
I just said, in one of the greatest competitions I've ever seen,
Lord have mercy.
two incredible football players, Dexter Manley and Charles Haley, side by side. The greatest competition I've ever seen.
Good players, good football players.
Yeah, man. And some great storytelling. Some fantastic storytelling. It is day 2 of the draft, but for Husker fans, it's day 1 and the only one that matters. It's the only one that matters. Day 1, that other stuff was for somebody else. Now let's get to the boys. And where do you think Trey Palmer goes? Second round, third round? What are your thoughts?
I'm hoping he's a day two guy.
Okay.
The talent's there.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, no later than day 3. Third round, I'm saying third round.
When you see scouting reports about your players, do you ever reach out to those people and say you're an idiot?
No, they get paid to do their job. Now, all I do is give them suggestions. Now, I've had plenty of them tell me you were right, you were right, you were right.
Right, just to go, nah, bro.
But that's their job. They get paid to do their job. All I do is give them my opinion, and they do what they need to do. Like I talked to one of them yesterday, and he said that, a couple of guys were higher on their board. We'll see. But other than that, I never step on nobody's toes, bro. That's their job. All I do is give them my opinion and what I think. I've seen
the dude. There's a and first of all, we give way too much credit to people who have no idea what they're talking about.
Yes.
Right. Just there are too many air quotes experts, draft experts, mock draft analysts who have no idea what they're talking about. So he was talking about Trey Palmer, and he listed off all the things that Trey does well, but he did a greater job of listing what Trey does not do well. And I asked him, who hurt you? Like, who hurt you in your life? Who made you, who did this to you? You could be a superhero and you decided to be a villain. That's how you know. That's literally what it is. You took all your talents and decided to use it for bad. I said, tell me what route Trey Palmer ran more than any other last year, and from what set? And he did that thing.
He started.
I said, okay, I'm going to save you. I'm going to save you from that one. Let's just say that's a tough question. I said, on the greatest percentage of his catches, at what length in the route did he catch said ball?
He probably couldn't answer.
No answer. How many quarterbacks did he catch passes from last year?
He probably couldn't answer.
And somehow he's an expert and gets to set value on somebody that's put a life's work into a thing. And this is the biggest moment of their life. And if this knucklehead didn't say anything at all, Trey Palmer, his level ascends. And yet, this dum-dum wants to tell me about the toughness of Trey Palmer. Look, shame on bad people doing evil things.
He's a kid.
Well, I'm a grown up.
No. I'm talking about Trey.
Yeah, he's the kid.
He's a kid.
The kid.
Yep.
We wish him well. We'll talk more about it. Yep. Top of the 5 o'clock hour, draft day, NBA playoffs. Lots to talk about with the coach and me.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has come to the attention of the Nebraska Lottery that when people hear a radio commercial in their car for one of our lotto games, Powerball, Mega Millions, or Lucky for Life, they tend to begin daydreaming about how they'll spend the prize money if they win, instead of paying attention to the road. So please, when I tell you that Nebraska Lottery Lotto games offer big money and big fun, keep your mind on driving. Do not start thinking about all the things you could buy if you win. Things like bright red sports cars, tropical vacations, 100-inch TVs, hot tubs, SUVs, a new computer, motorboats.
Bob, snap out of it.
Oh, good heavens. Ladies and gentlemen, my apologies. Perhaps I should go home now.
You better let me drive.
Lotto games from the Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is hiring. They are looking for a garage door installation and service technician with a clean driving record. Experience is not required as they will train for the positions. However, mechanical aptitude is required. If you want to come be a part of a small business where you're family, not just an employee, call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today to apply at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840. Steve's Garage Doors and Services.
This Easter, focus on your family instead of dishes with the Venue Easter to-go meals. Prepared fresh in-house by our chefs, these meals are ready to heat and eat with packages for 2 to 3 people or 6 to 8 and your choice of juicy beef tenderloin, tasty herb-roasted chicken, or our famous 6-pepper crusted prime rib. All meal packages come with sides and we have additional add-ons available to complete your feast. Order today at venuedelivered.com/Easter. That's venuedelivered.com/Easter.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Reset.
Jacoby's my boy. I love Jacoby.
Yeah. What is he, the founding member of the Black Quarterback Association in Indianapolis?
And PJ Walker.
Yeah. Look, they don't even count him.
Come on, man.
Like, they didn't put him on the alumni list. Like, two ever. Wait a minute. And dreadlocks to boot. Come on, Andy.
Yeah.
Welcome to the new age. I'm DP, Austin Orman, Kenny Wilhite. We'll take you through the next hour before we hand it over to National Night. It's been a great week, and it'll be a great weekend. We want to thank the folks from the Mercado retail store, butcher shop. Again, Casa Bovina is exceptional. You can find the menus. You can go to the New Start restaurant that sits there, the butcher shop right there. Pre-made meals, ready-made, pasta, wine, whatever you want. They got a little bit of everything. Fresh cut meats, burgers, hot dogs, brats, pork tenderloins. You want some pork chops? They got everything, man. Let's see. Like, it's a weekend. It's a weekend. Good to know. Make plans. Get out to Casa Bovina. If you haven't, just get on the schedule because you got to go weeks in advance.
Mm-hmm.
I know you leaving.
No, I've already been there.
Okay, you went upstairs?
I've eaten there.
Okay.
It's too fancy for me. That's too fancy.
Too fancy for you?
Too fancy.
It is. You know what? It really is. There's a lot of towel service. And
yeah, that. No, I like to get dirty with mine. That's too fancy for me. I've been there. It's good place.
I've been that way,
but I'm just.
I understand it. I understand it. I understand. Simple. Austin, are you a fancy restaurant guy, or are you a basic kind of as simple as simple?
So I feel like I fit the simple vibe. Every so often when I get to go to a fancy place, I enjoy it. But my first instinct is, okay, you can tone it down. I'm not about this life.
Right.
I'm just here for the night.
See, I don't need all that music. I don't need all piano playing.
Yeah, this is I married a woman that likes that stuff. And I've also ghettoized her quite a bit. Where I'm like, look, if we can go somewhere and not have to dress up for it, you want. Like, you want. If my clothes gets dirty while I eat,
I ain't feeling on myself.
And we not mad about it. I'm not trying to, but I'm gonna. No. Like, I know this about me now, Kenny.
Okay. Well, at least see, he's accepted that. He knows that. I'm not spilling my food.
Man, I ain't trying, but look, I like to wear light colored shirts, and it's a problem.
And you spilling food
Oh,
on
look, when it get good, I ain't about common sense.
Okay.
My wife made spaghetti last night and made me take my white shirt off to eat it.
Yep. See,
it was a good idea. I was just gonna go for it, but she knows me better than I know me.
Is it possible to eat spaghetti and not have the sauce?
Not for me, DP.
Right, I'm a member of that club. Kenny?
I won't spill.
You won't spill.
I wear my white.
Aren't you just better than the rest?
You're
I don't say. So
unicorn.
Excuse me as I go off camera, but I will lean forward. Eat my food back here with white on and stuff that could. No, you have to lean forward.
Yeah, but even if you're leaning forward.
No, not if you lean forward. Push the plate back a little bit.
The last bit of sauce at the end of the linguine.
It falls.
It like it has to.
In your mouth.
Science.
In your mouth.
I'm not like fish gulping the last.
No.
Text line, help us out here. Which team are you on? Because there are two kind of people. There literally are two kind of people. There are make a mess, spaghetti and meatball and pasta people, and then there are you finite eaters who are delicate flowers and who went to the school. What do you call it? The refining schools. Etiquette. Where they go in the proper way, right? Kenny's probably the person that uses the spoon.
No,
he uses the spoon.
You really
yeah.
I frown upon people that do that. I put my fork in there, turn it, pick up, eat. But I lean forward.
So you have the big, huge circle of pasta.
Oh, got to.
Just a big, huge.
That's a waste of time. I lean forward.
I have to tell you, when I was in Miami, it was an Italian restaurant, and there was a guy who was eating spaghetti, and this dude was eating spaghetti with chopsticks. And let me tell you,
come on, bro.
Kenny.
Austin.
the look on your face right now is exactly my look. Like I have seen behind the curtain at the Wizard of Oz. Like I have failed myself as an adult because this dude had the chopsticks, and I mean, bro was working, and not a drop.
Eating spaghetti
Not
with
a
chopsticks.
drop. And I was just, DP, reassess your life. How are you living? Be ashamed of yourself.
He bad. He a bad man.
Oh, like I know this dude is the king of somewhere.
They eat the noodles.
Yeah.
With the chopsticks.
Yeah.
But
he was like, I mean, no, this wasn't Oreo noodles.
Yeah.
No, which is it's just a thing, right? But this dude had the spaghetti. And I mean, he wasn't delicate with it.
He was going in.
Surgical, bro.
Wow.
This man traveled the Silk Road from Rome to Shanghai.
Oh, this
back.
dude know where all
skills.
Yeah,
He's got skills.
This dude gets a warm welcome wherever he is.
He's got skills.
They're like, he is here. He is here. He has arrived. All right, so let's talk about some of these Huskers. We talked about Trey. We think Trey is a today day.
Third round.
Yeah.
Today, third round. Somewhere in there.
That would be nice. Top of the line. Let's go to Baby Grunt. Let's go to Travis. Where do you think? And I think he fits on every team in the NFL.
For what they're doing now in the NFL,
Yeah.
he does.
Right?
Yes.
So, and then the hidden gem in that he plays special teams.
Yes.
So he's going to help any NFL team he's on in several ways the moment they add him. Plus, pretty good practice guy, right?
Yes, he is.
Right?
Yes, he is.
Pretty good locker room guy,
Yes,
right?
he is. Leader.
So you as a scout, where would you project him in rounds? Fifth round, sixth round?
5th through 7.
5 through 7.
5 through 7. It all depends on teams' needs. Somebody can say they need a tight end and he adds value. They can pick him in the 4th. But right now I'm saying 5 through 7.
I'm going to ask you the same question about all of these players because 3 years from now, could you see Travis Vokolek as a starting tight end in the NFL?
I could see him a compliment to someone.
Being a number 2.
As a number 2 guy. Yep.
Fair.
Yep.
Fair. Same discussion for Garrett Nelson.
Yep.
Right?
I could see him being a third down guy.
A rotational guy. He'll win the hearts of fans by being on special teams knocking heads off.
Yes, he will.
Right? Like he's going to go down and he's going to be the great pump guy.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
But that he's going to mess around and get out there and make a play.
Then you're gonna
on defense, right? Like you'll put him inside for a series. He'll bat a ball, pick 6, roll it in, or he'll get on the edge and make a big strip sack and do his little Nelson NFL dance, and the fans will love him forever and they'll keep him in play. Too much to expect? 5 through 7?
6 or 7.
Okay. Fair. O'Shawn Mathis.
He's the I wouldn't say sleeper, but the unknown because his sophomore film at TCU is really good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So if you're looking at a specialist, he is a specialist.
Mm-hmm.
He could be a pass rush specialist. Again, it all depends on teams, what their need is. I'm going to say same with Travis, 5th through 7th.
And if we saw him with high sack numbers in year 3, we're not surprised.
No, we would not be surprised. Some people around here would be surprised because they'll be like, where was that at here?
Scheme and
I would say scheme and he only had 6 months here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Was it 6 months? Because he got here in the summer.
Can I get Austin in on this and don't throw water at me when I say this.
It's out of arm's reach.
What if I told you that I see O'Shawn Mathis in a Colts uniform reminding me of a junior Dwight Freeney?
See where you're going for it. See where you're going with it. I think pass rush is an area the Colts need help. I think O'Shawn has the traits. He has the tools physically. And that seems to be something that this Colts front office values is traits. If you look at their pick of Deo from Vanderbilt, even though he was coming off a knee injury, they weight production a little less. O'Shawn has produced, didn't do it last year, but did for a couple years in the Big 12. So sign me up for baby Freeney.
Yeah, I just and I hate doing that.
No, that's
but there's a mental comp of how you think a player plays and then what systems use that sort of player.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the big part of what we miss in the NFL draft talk. Sometimes it's just best player on the board. At what point does scout Kenny Wilhite, if he's an NFL scout, and he finally whispers to the head coach and the coordinators, hey, look, we've got what we need. Now we go to best player.
I'm sure those talks take place a lot.
Like a lot.
So if you look at who was it? The Texans.
Yeah.
You know, their first pick, their second pick. Mm-hmm. Now they may have a need at one other position. Now it's best available.
Especially if it is a Michael Jordan, Sam Bowie situation.
That's what I'm saying. It's the best available because their first 2 picks in the first round were pretty good.
Those are both generational. Those are generational players.
So let me rephrase that. Austin has corrected me. They were very good. They're very good players. So the next pick can be another very good player with the need. Now you've addressed your needs. Now let's pick for depth.
They look, to me, for the first time in ever, I applauded the Houston Texans on draft day. Like, I applauded them the year they got Deshaun because I thought they were going to do something else immediate behind it to supplement what they got and get him a dude. Get him a dude. Not the team a dude, but get Deshaun a dude that he could grow with and doing that, and they couldn't keep the best receiver in the game. Last night, they impressed me. Now, if they go and get Joey Porter Jr.,
that was a surprise that he slipped. Now you can say, the kid from Illinois is really good. I'm talking about, and Joey Porter's, they played a lot of man in Penn State too, and his play was really good too. So he's a longer guy. You would think they would want longer guys, but I can't see him falling no further than the second round. He's going to go early second.
I mean, think about this, that if you go and get Will and you've got a good corner, and then if Joey Porter's your backside corner.
With Stingley, who you just drafted number 3 last
year.
Like,
you won.
Yes.
You won.
Yes.
Like, do your thing, because then you're free actually to make some more moves, get some more draft picks this year, which will cost you less money than going in the free agent portal and pulling guys. And then you can go and get another interior offensive lineman, another interior defensive lineman, and, oh, by the way, go get you another receiver who's still going to be high level in the 3rd or 4th round.
Yep.
Then the Texans have done a thing. Yeah. Look, if Trey goes to Houston, I'm going to Texans games next year.
CJ and Trey.
Right?
That could be a good combination.
Right? Like, I'm going to Texans game. I'm going back to the old condo. I know a spot. We can do that. If Trey goes to Baltimore, I'm going to go see him. If Trey goes to Washington or Carolina, I will go and see him.
I'd love to see, you mentioned Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see Trey coached up by Keith Williams.
I'd love to see him next to
I ain't worried about who he's next to.
No.
Trey getting coached up by Keith Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched him work.
Yeah.
That's a Mickey Joseph.
Yeah. And he's got a whole lot of what to do and what not to do on that same roster.
And
same roster.
Keith will keep Trey in line.
Right? A whole lot of what to do and what not to do.
If Trey gets coached up by Keith, oh my goodness.
He's Chris Carter without the bad years.
Yes.
Without the Eagles years.
Yep. So you have who the Ravens just get?
They got Flowers from BC.
Flowers.
Yeah.
And then
OBJ.
They
have Bateman from a couple of years
Bateman
ago.
from Minnesota, right?
And Andrews,
downtown
tight end.
Downtown's still there?
No, didn't they get rid of downtown?
Oh, they traded Hollywood to Arizona.
Arizona, yeah.
There's so much talent in this space. I do want to, in the next time, I want to talk about what's still left on the table because there's a whole bunch of it. But, Kenny, did the rest of the NFL fail in allowing Houston to move up at whatever cost to number 2?
No. I think teams did what they thought was best for them. Now, Houston made some pretty bold moves, but I think teams did what they thought was best for them and what they needed.
If you're the Bears and you could have got Will Anderson, and don't you do that? Like whatever. Like this is the part that drives me crazy. If you're not drafting in the first round to win right now,
true,
then stop drafting in round one.
The issue, I think, with a lot of how people outside the NFL space talk about it, and even the way that some general managers look at the draft, is it's less about, hey, let's go get good players. It's more about value. This is what the industry has said is a good pick, how we use the pick, instead of, hey, is this a good player? Can he help our team? Let's go get him. Because
value is winning games.
Exactly. But that's not how it's talked about, DP. It's talked about, like the Lions taking Gibbs at 12. Not a good value. Bijan Robinson, maybe best running back in the draft at 8. That's not a good value according to how we talk about it.
Can he play? Can he help me?
Bijan Robinson is a really good running back.
Like that's a great pick. I don't care when you take him. That's
two running backs in the first round.
Pick number 2, I still have a question about, but they believe that team is better if they don't push the Lions off the field on third down. The Lions are another level of team if you don't push them off the field on third down. Their defense is good enough that if they can get a rest and extended drives on offense, they feel like they're going to win 2 more games just by having a really good extra third down guy. All the teams that are in play, the Colts, first of all, the Colts should not have been outmaneuvered. Imagine the Colts. I'm going to break your heart right now.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to break your heart right now.
Too late, already broken.
No. This is going to be painful.
Oh, boy.
Exchange the Houston Texans with the Indianapolis Colts, and the Colts take pick number 3 and pick number 4. How does that change your offseason?
If they're taking Richardson at 3 or they get someone else and then Richardson at 4, I don't know. It depends on number 3. Is this 3 Jalen Carter?
Is it Jalen Carter, Will Anderson Jr.?
Will Anderson it would have taken.
Is it either of them or anybody that was taken Bijan Robinson?
I don't know if they go Robinson with Taylor on the roster.
If Taylor's healthy, it's not a need. But if he's not healthy, that's a real big need.
The Colts might be in the market for a cornerback. I wouldn't have been shocked if they go get Witherspoon.
Right?
At that point, because they need another guy because they traded
Stephon
Gilmore for a 5th.
If you got Richardson, if you got Richardson and Witherspoon,
offseason's better.
Like immediately you see what it can be.
Oh, you said they traded up. They could get Stroud.
Well, they're not going to get to 2 because Houston owned number 2.
But Houston, if the agreement is that they do not take Stroud, which they wouldn't have done because they'd have said, if we coming, we coming.
Yes.
we gonna date your girl if we get there. So close the bar before I get there. But at 3 and 4, the Colts could change their location in the division twofold by moving up. Is next year's number 1 worth you winning 2 additional games with a great defender right now?
Who the Colts got to beat? Who do they have to beat?
They have to pass. Well, they finished second to last in the division, but they were just as bad as Houston.
Okay.
They have to pass Tennessee, who is unsettled at quarterback after this year with an aging running back.
Yep.
And Jacksonville, which will find a way to Jacksonville. They're Jacksonville.
Exactly. So,
but in a division that's literally wide open.
So
it's the Big Ten West of the NFL.
If those moves would have gotten me a
wild card at least,
I would have did it.
And as a GM, with hot seat talk going on around me, why not be bold? Why not go for the fences?
Yes.
Right? Like, I mean, why am I protecting next year's number 1 draft if my job's on the line?
Yeah.
And if I can go through Kenny, let me ask you. So let's say that you are the Colts. The Texans haven't moved up, and 3 and 4 are available. Who would you take? Let's say the 2 quarterbacks are off the board. Richardson's still available. Will Anderson, Witherspoon, Carter, all available. Skronsky's still on board.
I would have taken Richardson and Anderson.
Yeah.
I would have taken those 2.
And you could defend anywhere in the NFL with those 2.
I would have taken those 2.
I think it's wrong. And my heart breaks a little bit. It absolutely breaks. I'm an NFC East kid at heart. But to see that the rich keep getting richer, that a Super Bowl team messed around and got the best player in the draft to play defense on a defense that was already Super Bowl great.
So you saying Jalen was the best player in the draft?
I'm saying it ain't even close.
It ain't even close.
It ain't even close. And then
he's a good player.
And then, and a sign of pure genius and absolute greatness. And copying, you tell me, great programs or great organizations copy success. And I need this great dude that I just drafted. I want him to be greater. I want him comfortable. I want him with somebody that can tell him yes and no, somebody that can ride with him. They went and got the third best linebacker in the draft, and Nolan Smith,
Georgia.
So they got two-time national champions back to back on the NFC champion defense. Shut up and tell me it ain't rigged.
You just added winners to winners.
Listen. I threw a fake break brick through the wall. Like I was throwing air bricks. Just mad.
Can't get mad, man.
At what point, if you're another NFL organization, when the Eagles ask you to trade up, you say, no, I don't want to help you get better.
Like,
nah, you have something up your sleeve. I'm not going to help you.
Kenny, who's your team in the NFL?
I really don't have a team. I like players.
You like players?
I like players. Just same with the NBA.
You're the defensive coordinator of the Fighting Will Heights in the NFL. And I called you and said, I'm going to ask you to fix a really bad defense, but I'm going to give you Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith to start with.
It's fixed. It's already fixed. You just made your back end a lot more comfortable.
If the Colts didn't take a quarterback and took Nolan Smith and Jalen, the Colts are now the favorite in their division.
We're saying that because these are rookies, but these are not. Those guys are really good football players. They're rookies, but I'm talking about the Eagles, two guys. They've won the national championship 2 years in a row. We just played for a Super Bowl championship, and we just got two guys in the first round that played for the national championship 2 years in a row. We just stole.
In broad daylight.
We just stole another trip to the NFC Championship game. We just stole it. They let us steal it.
Look, I love the fact that the Colts did something exceptional. And it stands out because the team that they were on the same level with went and got two potential Pro Bowlers ahead of you. So you had to go and get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have also said, if you had went and got them two Georgia dudes, you could throw confetti and pop champagne.
Yeah.
It's going to be, we'll go through the best available. I'm going to ask Kenny and Austin both to give me their two favorite best available players in tonight's draft. We'll do that when we come back to Old School.
After me, I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415 or online at ambitionelectric.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit, and you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour, an opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You are so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-week challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Battle. The Ticket best available draft is about to take place. It is age before beauty, so Kenny Wilhite will draft first. Austin will draft second.
Beaten both.
Right? Austin will draft second. Best available. If Kenny takes Austin's pick, then Austin cannot. They are off the board. I will pick third. So I can mess it up for both of them.
First pick
in the best available
is Joey Porter Jr.
Joey Porter Jr. Why is Joey Porter your guy?
He's
other than he's his daddy's son.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with it. His dad was a really, really great player.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the kid is a kid you can put on one side of the field and take that side of the field away. That's the way he played in college.
Okay.
He's long, he's athletic, he's physical. So I just think he's that kind of player.
Okay. Austin, who's your best available day 2 pick?
I'm going Baby Kelsey, Michael Mayer, Notre Dame tight end.
Oh, wow.
Good enough blocker, good hands, athletic enough, pretty well-rounded.
Yes, he is.
Like him. My first day pick, my second day pick, I'm going to surprise some people. He's quarterback.
I knew he was going to say Hendon Hooker.
The colors he wore were blue and white.
Kentucky?
Jaron Hall, BYU, quarterback. Let me say this.
Wow.
Athletically, IQ, high repetition in quality moments, ran the offense. Not just a product of the offense, but ran the offense, playmaker extraordinaire, athletic as all get out, and his only issue is that he's 25 years old. if I need a quarterback that I'm bringing in to be a backup, but if I get caught with him needing him to carry 3 games for an injury, I've got a dude that could come in and make plays and protect himself by being athletic and being mobile. Jaron Hall, BYU. All right, pick number 2, Coach Wilhite.
Brian Branch, safety out of Alabama.
Hey, you can't go wrong.
You cannot
go wrong.
Physical football player that you know has been developed.
So good. And he was in the Shark Tank.
Yes.
Like there's nothing he's going to see on Sundays that he didn't see on Saturdays in Tuscaloosa,
or the whole week in Tuscaloosa.
He saw dudes every day.
Yeah, so
like his practice squad dudes was a dude.
Yes. Yes.
Austin, who you got?
I'm going defense as well. I'm bringing it closer to home though. I'm going Big Ten defensive tackle Ade Bawore from Northwestern. 6'2", what is he, about 7'2", is what he's listed at. Northwestern, we know, not a good defense. I know they got points put up on him, but this dude is a defensive tackle. Undersized, according to what a lot of people are looking for. Still at 38 tackles, 9 of them for loss, 5 sacks, another 5 sacks the year before, forced a couple fumbles each year. I'm not going to say he's the next Aaron Donald. I think he's got a lot of good athletic traits that jump off the page, and I'll take a chance on him.
I would accept that if he wasn't from Northwestern.
Well, I'm going to break a lot of people's heart with my next one.
I'm going to say this, and y'all can be mad, and y'all can feel how you feel. But on day 2, I need a guy that does something better than everybody else. I need a guy who does something better than everybody else on the table at his position. He will be able to offer me something so that when I program him in and package him in, I know that even at day 1, he has a thing that translates and transfers to Sundays. And can it work? Because I'm not asking him to be the guy. I'm not asking him to be my number 1 receiver in catches. I'm not asking to lead me in yards. I'm just asking him to make big plays. I'm calling Lincoln, Nebraska, and I want Trey Palmer.
Love it. Love it.
That's the burner, baby. I give me a burner. Like you can put him out there no matter what team drafts him on day 2, there's already 1A receiver.
Yep.
There's a 1A and there's a possession guy. There's a field possession guy. So away from the star, away from double coverage, away from the option route runner underneath him that's going to occupy safety, away from the tight end, I got a stretch vert guy that needs to be one guy. I'm willing to go with Trey. Who you got, Connie?
Speaking of tight end,
oh
Lord, Sam Laporte.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we ain't mad at you. Why? Give me the coach's speak.
I've seen that guy. Shoot, I've seen that guy for so long. No, he's really good at his craft. And as you know, they put out a couple tight ends over there, but
a little bit.
One of them they shouldn't have.
Yeah,
a little bit.
One of them they shouldn't have. But I just think he has all the tools now.
Okay. All right. Austin?
I'm going to go back on the radar. A guy that's been there, been through the fire. Again, big play type of guy. Keely Ringo, cornerback for Georgia. Athletic testing off the charts. Refine the technique a little bit. I think he can grow into a darn good player.
Yeah, I like him a lot in that. Again, he's been in the war zone.
Mm-hmm.
He's been under fire. It was tough to watch sometimes because in the SEC, you're getting different combinations and different skill types and different size. And so I'm not really surprised by that pick. I'm good with it. I'm going to go finally with this guy. Receiver at heart.
Okay.
Receiver at heart. I got my 1A. I got my possession guy. I got my burner.
You took Trey already. So
I took Trey.
Okay.
Look, if I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna put some points up on because ultimately in winning, I better put some points on the board.
No, you got to stop.
No, so see I like that's why. See, I want to make all those defensive guys uncomfortable. You're not gonna sleep well tonight before you play me because I got a 1A, I got a star, and then I got the dude who's gonna make you mad all the time, all the time. because your nickel and your linebacker and your downhill safety got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
With Trey out here on the wing, I want to mix it up a little bit, and I'm going to go 4 wide. Jonathan Mingo from Ole Miss. Athletic, sexy, physical, can get vertical.
You cheating now.
I'm in my playbook, and I'm in the lab because Mingo changes defenses. He changes defense in how he lines up. He changes defenses in how he affects them after he catches it. He is a location and elevation guy. Mingo catches wherever it is, circle it. Circle where he catches the ball. So one thing happens at the point of catch, the top of the route.
AJ Brown 2.0.
Yep. That he always takes one step towards the ball at point of reception. So a yard separation at the top of the route. And then he changes elevation and location. He's never in the same place where he caught it for more than a step.
Well, no, I'm not going to give your quarterback time to get his read on 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's go.
I'm going with my man Keanu from Wisconsin.
Okay.
Benton.
Okay.
D tackle.
Okay.
We finna put some pressure on your quarterback. See if you can get to your fourth read. Since you got your 1A, your B, then you got your stretch the field guy, your fourth guy. That's gonna put my nickel or my safety in the bind. You ain't gonna have that much time.
Gang.
There we go.
Gang. Austin?
A lot of different ways to go with this one.
Uh-huh.
I know to stop DPs, guys, I'd like another quarterback to at least give me a shot.
Go ahead.
I don't know if I want to do it, though.
Do it.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna invest in my offensive line. Try to keep Kenny's guys away from my quarterback as best I can. Give me Torrance from Florida, big guard. Not sexy, but I think he's plug and play day one.
See, I like what y'all are trying to do. But I also know that no matter who my quarterback is, right? And I've got the athletic guy behind my stud, right? So I got my stud quarterback, and I got Hall's my backup guy. But I know that in order to give my backup quarterback the most help, I need to get him a big target in the window right in front of him, right? Which holds all that pass rush nonsense.
Come on.
And all those edge dudes, right? That all those dudes that clear space on the edges, on the hash and up the numbers. And you know what a quarterback needs in those quick release moments? A big tight end. Give me a big target for him to throw to. Hey, baby Gronk, come on over to Team DP and let's create some problems. Let's go.
Well,
okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we finna put a stop to all that. Because I'm going with another defensive guy.
Okay.
A cornerback.
Okay.
To take my safety off the field, I can put in a nickel.
Okay.
DJ Turner, corner from Michigan.
He's nice with it. Run stops.
He's not afraid of none of the drama.
Right.
He wants to be in the mix.
Okay.
I've seen him.
Okay.
So I'm going with my man.
Okay. All right. Austin, you got one more in your pick? You got one more in the
I do got one more in me. Gonna go to the Little Apple for this one.
Okay.
Gonna go to Manhattan.
Okay.
Go to what Coach Kleinman's been getting developed down there. And it comes down to one of two guys from that program for me. Again, do I want more help on the defensive side? Do I want more weapons on offense? I'm going to go to the offensive side because I also think if given a chance, this dude could be something special on special teams in the return game as well. Give me Deuce Vaughn. Darren Sproles 2.0, a little weapon out of the backfield.
You cannot go wrong with that one. He is a dynamite, dynamic guy that I don't think if you get him out in space on any linebacker,
nope,
college or pro,
Mm-mm.
because he's going to give him that little and it's going to be all she wrote. Good pick, brother. Good pick.
Thank you.
For your last and final
I was saving
pick.
this one for you.
Okay.
I was saving this one for you because I've got my skill guys. I got my divas. What I need is a silverback. I need long arms, thick hands, solid torso, piano, feet on the ground. I'm gonna go to Florida and I'm gonna bring you Osiris Torrance.
That's my guy. I took him
He
already.
already took him.
He's off
You
the
did
board
not
DP.
take
Yes,
him.
I
Yes,
did.
he took
You
him.
took my dude.
Yes.
I took Torrance.
Oh,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna take the quarterback. I'm gonna
From-
take Hendon Hooker.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Hendon Hooker.
I almost took him
Those are my last two.
early on. I almost took him early
You took
on.
my guy.
Yeah, he took
I did.
him.
That was my.
Oh, you know what? I
second or
marked
third.
off my own guy because I had Schmitz from Minnesota.
Aha.
I had Schmitz from Minnesota, but I like Hooker more. That's okay. I think day 2 is fun for that very reason.
Oh yeah.
That you get to positions of need, then you just get to identify talented players who fit into your system. For whatever that
There
is,
you go.
whatever it is you do. And when you do that well, and I think the Patriots dynasty was based on that.
Yes, he had all system guys.
Right? That
Plug and play.
Brady was the anchor to greatness, but the staple was the fact that he would go and get guys that did what he would find. I need a pass rush guy. Okay. I need a second round guy. I need a third down guy. Okay. I need a nickel back. I need to be better on kick return. And every year he would pluck off a couple of those positions. 3 years later into it, you figured out, oh my goodness gracious, I've got a thing.
System guys that are smart, football IQ. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Plug and play. Free agent, they did well in the free agent. You know what I mean? But that what they did for the run that they had, was I would say second to none. The way they went about their business, they didn't think about nothing outside of New England. The way they were going to do it was the right way, and they did it really well that way, and that's why they won all those championships.
I think scarily enough that Kansas City is
Don't burn bread on them yet.
Don't
mention it yet.
Yeah.
If they get this one, then you can start mentioning them in that, because you know what I mean.
Well, look, they got the unicorn.
They do, but let's not put them there yet.
Oh no, I'm not giving them that.
I know
they don't have keys to the room.
They're working their way.
They don't
to
have
it now.
keys. They don't have keys to the room.
Just look at the draft. Just look who they drafted yesterday.
Keys to the room. Tonight's big for them.
Yes.
Tonight's huge for the Chiefs. Huge. Because they got people coming after them.
Yes.
They got people
And
coming.
that's all they were talking about.
They got people coming.
The draft.
Yeah, they like, okay, here they
But
come. Here come
The
Ravens.
Chiefs fans, I was leaving, and they were like, I mean, who can we draft? We can line up with anybody right now and beat them with what we have.
They deserve everything that's coming then.
That's what they were saying. Who can we draft to make us better when we got what we need? I'm like, hey, hold on, player. Now
You ain't never done.
You ain't
man.
never done. You better add some more pieces to it.
You better get some backups, man, at the important positions.
At the important positions.
All right, we'll throw it to break. We'll close out this week's Old School with the NBA preview. Two big games tonight, another big one tomorrow night. We'll talk about that with the two coaches when we come back.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has come to the attention of the Nebraska Lottery that when people hear a radio commercial in their car for one of our lotto games, Powerball, Mega Millions, or Lucky for Life, they tend to begin daydreaming about how they'll spend the prize money if they win, instead of paying attention to the road. So please, when I tell you that Nebraska Lottery Lotto games offer big money and big fun, keep your mind on driving. Do not start thinking about all the things you could buy if you win. Things like bright red sports cars, tropical vacations, 100-inch TVs, hot tubs, SUVs, a new computer, motorboats.
Bob, snap out of it.
Oh, good heavens. Ladies and gentlemen, my apologies. Perhaps I should go home now.
You better let me drive.
Lotto games from the Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is hiring. They are looking for a garage door installation and service technician with a clean driving record. Experience is not required as they will train for the positions. However, mechanical aptitude is required. If you want to come be a part of a small business where you're family, not just an employee, call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today to apply at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840. Steve's Garage Doors and Services.
This Easter, focus on your family instead of dishes with the Venue Easter to-go meals. Prepared fresh in house by our chefs, these meals are ready to heat and eat with packages for 2 to 3 people or 6 to 8 and your choice of juicy beef tenderloin, tasty herb roasted chicken, or our famous 6-pepper crusted prime rib. All meal packages come with sides and we have additional add-ons available to complete your feast. Order today at venuedelivered.com/Easter. That's venuedelivered.com/Easter.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment before we bounce. I want to thank you for hanging out with us all week. Greatly appreciate it. Big home series for Husker baseball down at Haymarket. Tomorrow's bobblehead day.
Who's Matt Hopper?
Yeah, for the championship year. So
03.
Yeah, so
03.
the bobbleheads, I would imagine. I don't think it's for everybody, but it's the first
few thousand, I think.
Yeah, so I don't know what I'm doing at 3 o'clock or 1 o'clock. Y'all should go down at 4 so I can get there at 2 and get. Although I will take favorites from anybody that. Any favors from anybody that has an extra bobblehead they acquire, just hit me up on Monday. Okay, Kenny. We're at that. This is where it all starts to matter. It's the game of the day. I don't care where you're from, who it is. Sacramento travels to Golden State. 3-2, Golden State leads. Can they finish? Can they finish? Can the Warriors finish?
Championship team should be able to close it out tonight. They should be able to close it out tonight. I'm hoping they close it out tonight. You do not want to go a game 7 against a team that has nothing to lose in their home stadium. You don't know how that ball is going to bounce. So I'm going to say they get it done tonight. But you never know. But my gut's telling me they can get it done tonight.
We used to do this a long time ago, but I ask you, who's the leading scorer for both teams tonight?
Leading scorer for both teams tonight.
In a closeout
game. I'm going to say Clay. I'm going to say Clay.
Mm-hmm. Who's Sacramento's leading scorer
tonight?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Monk.
Okay.
Because he's disappeared the last 2.
Austin?
He hadn't really.
Who leads the Warriors tonight?
Steph.
Steph?
Steph ain't scared of that moment. I know that's the easy answer, but it's Steph.
He's not afraid of the moment, but I think it's Clay's night to do his
At
thing
home.
At home,
yeah.
I think it's his night. Steph has carried him the first 5 games of the series.
Yeah.
So I think it's Clay's night.
Who's the hero in Los Angeles? Austin? Lakers,
the
Memphis.
hero in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
Man, probably still Kobe's still the hero, but
Well,
not tonight.
Not tonight, just tonight.
See, this game fascinates me because this is age and experience versus youth. Does Memphis not know what they don't know, or are they too immature to rise to the moment? I think Los Angeles finds a way to close this out. I don't know if he's the hero all game, but I think AD gets a block at the end to clinch it.
The hero?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say AD, but he's too fragile.
Man, he's going. His butt bone.
I'm going to say
problem.
Reeves. I'm going to say Reeves.
Yeah, the butt bone is the MVP of the series.
Straight up.
Like AD's butt bone is the MVP. So if it holds up, they got a shot.
I'm going to say Reeves.
But he was kind of battered. He seemed affected at the end of the game.
He did. But I just think, is he afraid of the moment? No. I don't think he's afraid of the moment.
Well, he said, I'm him.
Yeah, he did say that. But again, be careful what you
and I want
wish
to, but I want to know how many times they slapped him for saying it.
Yes, be careful what you wish for. But I just think he's going to be the guy that show up tonight. I mean, Russell's been hit and miss. He hit 3 threes the other night to help him out, to help him win that game the other night. But I just think Reeves is going to be that guy.
Are we all doing the NBA GM thing where we're overthinking it? Like LeBron is still playing in this series.
He's playing. I mean, but LeBron's going to be LeBron. But he needs a partner.
Batman needs Robin.
He needs a partner.
He needs Robin, and he needs a consistent Robin.
You know what I mean?
But the NBA is now like, what is it, League of Superheroes, right? Where there's a whole bunch now. Everybody's got 2. So, whoever's got the Hulk with them wins.
And I just think Reeves is going to be that guy to help him out tonight.
I like the idea that if one team closes tonight, they both do. So the series starts at the same time, on time and on purpose.
If you buy into the league nonsense, they want it like that.
But we all would like an additional game or 2 on Sunday.
We get spoiled by a good series, just like we got spoiled by the NCAA tournament.
Yeah,
we're getting spoiled.
I'd like game 7s. I'd like elimination games. Like I'm rooting for it. I can't say it any other way. Yeah, I would like to get to whatever Golden State and the Lakers are going to do, but the idea of both of them having to play game 7 with elite players having legacies tied to whether they can get out of here and beat these young dudes, or the transition of the league to a Sacramento and Memphis league rather than a Golden State and Lakers league.
To that end, does it mean more to Sacramento to win or to Golden State if they lose the series?
Both.
It means more to Golden State if they lose. Because you're coming off a win, right? You won the championship last year.
Yep.
You skipped a year and you won it the year before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I think with them being the older group.
No, it had been a few years because you had the.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
The Bucks and the Lakers.
Yes.
Get it,
But I think.
Well, ask Giannis what it means. Right, it's that kind of pressure.
And that's what I'm saying.
It's that kind of pressure.
I think it means more if the Warriors lost than the Kings won. That's a young. I mean, just look at Miami and Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You have the young guy in Giannis, right? Who's supposed to be the best in the league. You just got knocked off your throne.
Jimmy said, "Nah."
Then Jimmy Buck is, you know what I'm saying? So,
but
that hurt. That hurt Giannis.
Hit
him deep. So I think the Warriors being the Warriors and the way they carry themselves, it'll hurt them more. Now, Kings win the series. They're going to celebrate too much. They're going to get swept in the next round.
Do you know who this hurts the most if Golden State doesn't win?
Adam Silver's bottom line.
Draymond. Because if they lose this series, Draymond's gone.
You think so?
Gone. Because he cost him a game. If they need
they have recovered from that game.
No, recovery is as Giannis would say, failure is not finishing. So they better finish, or people will be looking straight at Draymond.
Gotcha. I got you.
It's gonna
That's
be
a good point.
It's gonna like I said, it's gonna be interesting. And then finally, we take a minute. The Super Series has started. Phoenix and Denver.
That's tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
we like you.
Okay.
We like you.
That I want to say Suns in 6.
Mm-hmm.
First game 1 to tell all because they're playing in Denver, right? Denver's a tough place to play. Denver's really good at home. Game 1 is a tell all for me.
Austin?
I know the rankings would say Jokic is the best player in the series. I know he puts up the best numbers, and I stand by his overall impact on the court.
Mm-hmm.
The best player in this series was the 4th best player on his team last round, and that's Kevin Durant. Nuggets don't have an answer for it. Kevin Durant's still here. He's still Kevin Durant.
Say, do they have an answer for Durant?
They don't.
And you say that, but do they have an answer for Booker? Because Booker can give you buckets too.
The answer for Booker is Jamal Murray being playoff Jamal Murray.
If Jamal Murray makes Booker works on the defensive end of the court, then yes.
Before we go, can we all agree to make Rico uncomfortable? Miami Heat, New York Knicks.
I'm going with the Heat.
That little man is up on his high horse.
He's sure on his your boy Randall's got a bum ankle. I'm going with Jimmy Buckets.
See, Rico. Sorry, bro.
Rico, you my guy, but I'm going with the Heat, bro.
Going down. Hey, we appreciate you hanging out with us all week. I'm going to get out here and put my foot on ice, man. I am in pain at no level. Y'all have a great weekend. Be kind to each other and yourselves. Thank you.
Mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and
Call
vision insurance,
800-527-4903.
paid time off, paid holidays, and
That's
so much more.
800-527-4903.
Join the